doesn't make any sense.
I just feel so uncomfortable. I had to force myself to come to the wake. I just didn't know what to say to the family. The whole subject on suicide creeps me out. It's not something I want to talk about, or even think about for that matter.
Me too. I can't imagine what the family is going through. I guess all we can do is be there to listen in case they need someone to talk to. I wonder, is there anything anyone could have done to prevent this from happening?
Who knows? How can things get so bad that you'd want to take your own life?
All of those are good questions. Suicide is often a subject that is hard to talk about. It can make for an uncomfortable conversation. Then again, sometimes it's out of fear that one will say something wrong, or worse yet, think they will cause someone to harm themselves because they brought up the subject. In reality, talking about the subject or sharing this video can open up opportunities to help those who may be considering suicide. The key to suicide prevention is understanding why it happens and what can be done to prevent it. So join us as we act out a few scenes that will illustrate the importance of the subject and how that information can help save lives.
Excuse me, are you all right? You're looking pretty down.
Yeah, I'm okay. I just have a lot going on in my life right now. It's just weighing really heavy on my mind.
Sometimes it can feel like nobody in the world cares, and we're all alone. But I just want you to know that I care, and I'm willing to listen if you want to talk. I can't guarantee that I can help you with your situation, but I'm willing to listen. So what's going on? You seem depressed. Are you?
If you're depressed, it can play a big role in having suicidal thoughts and feelings. It might just be that you're clinically depressed. Researchers believe this condition is caused by chemical changes in your brain. It's a mood disorder in which feelings of sadness, loss, anger, or frustration interfere with your daily life for weeks or even longer. However, it's normal if you feel this way for short periods of time. So it might have nothing to do with being clinically depressed. There are many reasons for this. It can include things such as loss of a significant relationship, a financial setback, job or career loss, health failure, post-traumatic stress, mental health issues, or any number of other factors.
Life is just so hard, and nothing seems to be going my way. I just want all the pain and heartache to end. I just can't take it anymore. I just want to end it all.
You sound really frustrated, and maybe even a little angry. I have to ask you this question. Have you been thinking about suicide?
Whoa! I don't mean to scare you. People say stuff like that all the time.
Oh, you're not scaring me. I know a little something about suicide and have studied the subject. Did you know that most people have had suicidal thoughts at one point in their lives? In fact, 40 to 50% of people report having at least one suicidal thought in their lifetime. So it's not that unusual.
Really? You mean so I'm not some kind of crazy person who doesn't deserve to live? And it's not that uncommon to have suicidal thoughts? Then yeah, I have been having suicidal thoughts. How do I stop it?
Well, you're on the right track. It's important to not let those suicidal thoughts take over your life. Find a way to deal with them in a positive way, to help diminish them or maybe even help them end. Most people who are having suicidal thoughts don't want to die. They just don't know what to do with the thoughts and feelings they're experiencing. What's important is what you do with those thoughts and feelings.
If you're having suicidal thoughts, you can make it through to a better day. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. It shows that you are somebody, that your life is worth living and can get better. So rather than let those thoughts and feelings continue to take you in a deadly direction, get out your phone and call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline number, 1-800-273-TALK. You will be referred to someone who has professional training in helping people who are suicidal. They will refer you to a counselor in your area who can help you. If you're clinically depressed, they will refer you to a doctor that can prescribe medications if that's what you need. A trained counselor will provide the tools you need to change how you think about things, and in doing so, provide you with a better life. Please don't choose suicide to fix the problems you have in life. Suicide is a permanent solution to temporary problems. With help, you can change your future. Life may seem at times like a runaway train with no hope for escape. But in fact, there are lots of things that you can do to change that. On this train, you have the choice to get off at any stop. The first step is to make the decision to stop being the helpless victim and become part of the solution. How, you might ask? Well, the first step is to realize that even though there may be lots of things that you cannot change, your mind isn't one of them. The mind is the battlefield upon which you struggle with suicidal thoughts and feelings. You do have the power to change your attitudes about things and the way that you look at your life circumstances. So, sort out the things that you can change from the ones that you cannot. If you cannot change something and it's an obstacle to your peace of mind, then you need to do something to change your mind. Don't let these thoughts pollute your mind. You need to divert your attention to other things. Now, I'm not talking about ignoring necessary business. You need to do what you need to do. What I'm talking about here is letting it become a continual rerun in your mind. You must create a diversion that takes you to another place mentally, one of peace. This can be done by listening to music or playing an instrument, or anything that takes you to a better place. If you are a religious person, there are things like prayers or guided meditations or spiritual disciplines that can help the quiet times. Spoken words are powerful things and can both program and deprogram our thinking process. Positive spoken statements, which are aimed at a predicted improvement in your condition or attitude, tend to set the course towards that improvement, as do your own thoughts. They can be as loud as the spoken word and resonate the positive, or magnify the negative. There are also stress reduction audio and video recordings available to help in this process. There are lots of things that you can do to relieve the pressure and lower your stress levels. Here is an example of what I'm talking about. It's called the Serenity Prayer, and many individuals, 12-step groups, and other groups use it to help them focus their thoughts on developing that positive attitude.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference.
Well, we have made a lot of progress, and you're now better equipped to handle those suicidal thoughts and feelings. So now that you have the tools that you need to help yourself, the next step is making sure you have additional resources and a support system.
You mean I need more? After all that I now know, can't I just take care of myself? After all, I'm feeling better already. I think I can take it from here.
That may be true for right now, but that can change. You can be doing really well and something can happen to send you back in the wrong direction. This is where other resources come in handy. So when you find yourself challenged or even overwhelmed, you can reach out for a lifeline.
Information and resources are your best tools for fighting suicidal thoughts and feelings. Having somebody to talk to if things are getting out of hand can save your life. Don't try to handle things without other resources, because isolation is often dangerous for your well-being. Ask people in your life that care about you if they'd be willing to listen to you and talk you through times of crisis. Sometimes just having somebody who cares about you and is willing to listen can make all the difference in the world. Just explain to them that you don't need them to fix you, that all you need is a listening ear that cares. Of course, if a spiritual counselor or a mental health worker is available, that's also a great resource. And don't forget, there's always the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number, 800-273-8255. 8255. You can always call them.
Okay, so we have identified several people who are potential resources for you to talk with if you get into a crisis. And remember, you can always go to the nearest hospital and tell them that you are suicidal, and they will help you get immediate care. And if you don't have a way to a hospital, being suicidal is considered a legitimate medical emergency and a reason to call 911. Next, I want you to take that card and write the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline number on it and put it in your purse. If you can't get a hold of anyone on your resource list, then call that number and they will get you the help that you need. So now we have a few good resources that will keep you going in the right direction.
And I have a couple other things that can help. A 6-pack of beer or a couple mixed drinks can always do the trick. After drinking that much, I'm feeling no pain and life doesn't seem to bother me anymore. And there are a couple other things that can help out that are easy enough to come by, if you know what I mean.
Whoa there, not so fast. While you might think it's a resource to aid you in your battle against suicidal thoughts and feelings, they are not. Illegal drugs and alcohol are not your friends, but rather enemies that cloud your judgment and lower the ability to resist the temptation to harm yourself. What makes matters even worse is that drug or alcohol abuse play a big role in many suicides and suicide attempts. If you're drinking in excess or taking illegal drugs, I advise you to consider a 12-step program such as Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous to break that cycle of addiction that often opens the doors to suicidal thoughts and actions. There are many groups available all over the world, and you can probably find a meeting near to where you live simply by doing an online search using the phrase AA Meeting Locator or NA Meeting Locator.
If you decided that you want to use the resources in this video to help you resist suicidal thoughts and feelings, would you please join with us and the rest of the people here who don't know you but care about you by reading the pledge and joining us? Will you please? Let's all read this pledge together. I hereby pledge to you and my family and to my friends and to God that if I ever seriously consider attempting suicide, I will seek out help and will not make an attempt. I will contact a friend, family member, religious leader, or crisis counselor to get the help I need in order to make it through the crisis and to live. So help me God.
A big thank you to the United Methodist Church and Northern Illinois Conference for the Creative Ministries Grant to help us make this video. Just want to let you know there's a lot of people that care. And so why don't you join us? Come along, there's something worth living for.